Storytime about how a Christian shouldn't be watching scary movies and what happened to me. I haven't spoken about this for years because it traumatized me. I didn't want to bring it up. I didn't want to tell nobody about it. But since it's been so many years, I'm ready to talk about it. I was watching this very popular show. I'm going to put the name title right here. And this show, it was one of the first seasons, I think, or the second. I was at home with my husband and his sister. They were in the kitchen and I was in the room with my son. My oldest son was laying next to me taking a nap and he was perfectly fine. As I'm watching the show, I turn over. My son looks a little like sick. Like you could just tell when it's your kids, you know something's wrong. So I grab the thermometer, I check his temperature, and the temperature was 106. That right there is very dangerous for a young child. You should already be going to the emergency room once it hits 103, right? For newborns, for babies, for toddlers, that's already like, okay, like if the medicine isn't working, something's going on. I'm thinking like, this is impossible. He was perfectly fine just a moment ago. Like there's no way it went up this high, this fast. Like there's no way. And I'm like, I'm gonna check it again. I'm gonna put the thermometer down and then I'm gonna recheck it later in like 3 minutes. That's what I do. I check it like 3 times to get an accurate reading. I go back to watching the show. I'm like, it's okay. I'm gonna check his temperature again. It's okay. So then I continue watching the movie, and in the part where the main character that goes to the other side of the world, like I guess it's called the upside or whatever, I don't even remember what it's called, and he starts convulsing, and like, you know, that black monster is basically like possessing him. Like it's a very intense scene where he's having like these big seizures, like crazy. And as that's happening, guys, as that starts to happen, I look behind me, I look at my son start having a seizure as well. So my son's having a seizure. He's convulsing just like the show, literally at the same time. Tell me that that's a coincidence. It's not. It's a door, a spiritual door that just opened up and the enemy has access to my home because I'm watching this dumb show. That starts happening and I'm freaking out. I have never ever experienced this in my life. So I'm thinking like the worst. I'm like, no, my son. I'm screaming, I'm going crazy. I'm telling my husband, call 911. And he kind of like paralyzed, like he was in shock. He didn't know how to react or what to do. I was like, don't just stand there. I was going crazy, you know, a mother bear, like you already know how we get as mothers. And I was just intense. It was an intense situation. So I turned my son's body to the side because I'm like, I don't want him choking. So he's just like, you know, going through this seizure and I'm screaming. I'm literally screaming to God too. I'm like, God, not me. Like I remember that I turned my son to the side and then all of a sudden his body starts relaxing, like complete relaxment. Just his muscles just stop. And I'm like, oh no. I started freaking out even more because I'm like, he's gonna die. Like he's dying. He's not reacting. And I kept trying to wake him up. I'm like, baby, wake up. And he wouldn't wake up. And he was just like literally not reacting to nothing. So I got really scared. Finally, the ambulance came and I went in the ambulance with them. They were poking him. They put an IV on him. They did all kinds of things. And my son was not reacting. Like they would poke him. He wasn't. And the ambulance people were like not too intense about it, so I was kind of confused, like what's going on here? Why are you guys not reacting like me? Like why aren't we going to the hospital faster? Like it was just like not what I expected. Obviously I came to learn that sometimes when kids get fever, their body starts having a seizure to restart their body, but I didn't know that. And yes, that happens, and yes, my son was okay, but the moment it happened was spiritual. It was not something that was just done just because it was going to be done, because I always take care of my son's fevers. When I see that they're getting high, I always like try to lower them. I always know how. Like if medicine isn't working, it's time for like a kind of cold shower. It's time to put a cold rag on their forehead. It's time to cool off their body. And I always manage to bring down their fevers. Like I've never gotten to the point where that has happened. And then like specifically it happens while I'm watching the show at the same time as the character having a seizure also. Like that's just something spiritual. That's not something normal. So be careful when you guys watch demonic things, because as a Christian, that's already an open door to the enemy into your home. Follow me. I'm going to start talking about my spiritual encounters. I've had so many things happen to my life, a lot of things that I've seen, a lot of things that I've learned by seeing all this stuff. So